Global Strategy Advisor. He's also joining us live from Rome. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for being with us. As Jonah was just describing there, the Pope Francis had broadly championed the rights of, say, LGBTQ plus community, the poor. He spoke up for the children of Gaza. He wrote an encyclical on the environment. How much of this was designed simply to inspire people, and how much of it was actually translated into action?
Listen, you're talking about the leader, the political leader of the smallest country in the world, the Vatican State, 0.44 square kilometers. Yet he's a spiritual leader of 1.4 billion Catholics. He had influence, obviously, not just as a Catholic leader, but as a public figure, a public leader around the world. There was a spiritual dimension, there was a political dimension, a diplomatic, in every sense of the word. He was just not only Catholics, but beyond. And when you do that, he would often confront controversy head on. And that obviously, it wasn't always a peaceful way for other leaders. He clashed often, but he spoke his mind. He spoke what he believed to be what was right. A lot of what he said, he promoted a lot of causes that did not receive headline attentions, everything ranging from South Sudan and many other issues. He brought many of these issues to the fore. Now, bringing it to the forefront and giving it public attention is one thing. Actual results are something else. And that only time will tell. And there's many issues that take headlines, for example, Gaza. Yes, he was on the front lines of that. On the issue of refugees, he was on the front lines of that. Refugees coming from different parts, from North Africa, Middle East into Europe. Refugees or migrants going into the U.S. And he often clashed heads. But the thing is that he stuck to his guns. Whether one agreed with him or not, generally speaking, he stuck to his principles. Now, will the next pope be able to do the same? The next pope, the Francis, inherited a world which was highly polarized, and his successor is going to inherit a world that's far more fragmented and far more dangerous. And the challenges ahead are far much greater.
The world, as you say, has been going through a period of polarization and turmoil. How much of that is also reflected within the Catholic Church itself?
Listen, for the Catholic Church, many of the debates from the previous decades have kept accumulating. Now, for many in the Church, his 12-year papacy was pretty much marked, this is within the Church, marked by a lot of power struggles and theological disputes. For traditional conservative Catholics, he went too far. For liberal, reformists, modernists in the Church, he didn't go far enough. So in this, and many times, he would struggle with that, trying to strike a balance on both sides, but often not pleasing all. So as a result, the next pope will not be able to escape these disputes. In fact, they're probably to get even more extreme in many ways as time goes by.
There has, of course, been a swing towards conservatism around many parts of the world. There is a suggestion that, as you were just describing, that there is this dichotomy, this split within the Catholic Church as well. How much do you think we may see a move backwards, or at least a push, if you like, towards conservatism, given the history of Pope Francis?
That's a big question mark. Pope Francis, during his 12-year papacy, appointed about 2/3 of the cardinals. And these were cardinals that he appointed personally. So logic would say, out of those 2/3, since he has the majority and 2/3 will appoint the new pope, logically speaking, they would likely to appoint someone who reflects his way of thinking. But that's not always the case, because many times things happen within the cardinals, and a new pope may be appointed, people expecting him to do certain things, have certain expectations, but may turn out to be something else. So the bottom line to your question is, yes, if you think numerically what was done in the past 12 years, his successor would be likely to reflect him. But once again, we need to manage expectations and realities. What you might think one person is may turn out to be something else.
Marco, thank you very much indeed. There's Marco Vicenzino there talking to us from Rome. I'm going to go to Alan Wakani, who's in Goma in eastern